He's coming with me.
It's girls like you who get men like me locked away from our wives in the first place.
What does that mean?
Whores. You were the king's whore. He's dead. You're nobody now.
You can be married to her, you can be sleeping with her, but you're never gonna get in between us.
Not trying to, buddy.
I'm not trying to.
Exactly.
This is our world! Our world, Mother, and that's what love is, real love!
Kaya di na paura, bro. Agum, walang maratutuhan me. David, ne aveva paura niente, ma anche morì. Ma tu non sai che significa. Easy.
Are you ready?
Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to some more Lost season 5. Yes, sir. In terms of what's going on in season 5 and what I'm watching currently, which is season 5, and what is going on currently on the channel, you guys are at close to the end of season 2 on the actual channel as I'm recording this video. And I see a lot of people saying that, I think it's the episode that I just put on the channel, I think it's season 2 episode 18, which is called Dave, which is the episode where Hurley was talking to his imaginary friend Dave, right? And Dave was saying some really interesting stuff. It's like, none of this is real, right? And it just got me to thinking, what if this entire thing is happening in these people's heads? What if they actually died during that plane crash and this whole show didn't happen? You know, that's what I've been thinking. Not the entire time, but some of the times, the stuff that happens in the show, you really gotta wonder if this is somebody's imagination. You really just have to wonder, because, or is this just really and truly a sci-fi TV series? Because it's like so many different things. People are traveling through time, which we know is not real. There's a lot of supernatural stuff that happens in the show that should not be happening, right? It does beg the question, what if this entire thing is really not real and this is all made up? And Dave was right. You know? So I'm looking forward to seeing what's gonna be the conclusion of this show, because either way, if it's real or if it's not real, I still enjoyed the journey regardless. It is, you know what I'm saying? I still enjoy the journey regardless, and I'm gonna judge the show based on its merits, right? So either way. Anyways, guys, you already know what to do. If you want to watch the rest of the show, by the time you guys are seeing this on YouTube, you already know. We're supposed to finish this on Patreon long time ago. So let's jump into the reaction. I'll see you guys right after for the review.
What's he doing in there? Jack, he's crazy.
Easy. What if this is our one chance to put things back the way they're supposed to be?
Just shot him.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
gonna go
gonna
help
shoot
him.
you too. We have to go, Jack. We have to go now.
Don't move.
Oh, Charles.
Just who the bloody hell might you be?
What happened? This man walked into camp and put a gun to my head. Now the way
And that's Charles's son too.
Did you two come here with this man?
Yes.
Put them in my tent.
Do you care to tell me, Eloise, why the Dharma Initiative seems to have declared war on us?
These people aren't from the Dharma Initiative, Charles.
And where the hell are they from?
The future.
I brought dinner.
John?
It's been a while.
It's been 3 years. What happened? Where were you?
I'll explain on the way. You and I have an errand to run, and we don't have a lot of time.
Something different about you.
I have a purpose now.
What's he doing here?
He helped me get back.
Why did Locke say these were his people? I thought they were yours.
When I left the island, John stepped in.
Who's that man he's talking to?
His name is Richard Alpert. He's a kind of advisor. He's had that job for a very, very long time. Son, what are you...
Were you here in 1977? They were here with my husband, Jin Won. Were you here?
Yes, I was here 30 years ago. And I remember these people. I remember meeting them very clearly because I watched them all die.
Alright, so you know what? I'm not even gonna try.
Do you think it's true? They're all dead?
I don't think we went through all this for nothing, son.
I'm ready, John.
You still have that compass I gave you?
A little rusty, but you can still find north.
Ben, I'd appreciate it if you'd join us.
What, John? Don't you trust me here with my former people?
I'm not afraid of anything you can do anymore, Ben.
Well, in that case, I'd love to come.
Good. Don't talk. Understand?
Wait a second. Isn't that look like a younger... You remember the guy that killed Ben's daughter? He looks like a younger him, no?
Are you okay?
Might not be him though.
Yeah.
You know, before we were caught, you said that we needed to put things back the way they were supposed to be. What did you mean by that?
If we can do what Faraday said, our plane never crashes. Everyone we lost since we got here, they'd all be alive.
We just go on living our life because we've never met.
We just wipe it clean. Never happened.
It was not all misery.
Enough of it was.
Kate just don't want to go back to her whole life. You know what I'm saying? You go to
What do you
prison.
need the bomb for? I need you to tell me why he needed the bomb.
I don't think you'd believe me if I did.
When I was 17 years old, I took a young man to the bomb.
Oh, that's
He
her.
proceeded to tell me that if we
I didn't
buried his
even
own
realize
ground,
that was
things would
Eloise
work
as
out
well
splendid.
that brought Dan to the
I
bomb.
asked him how he could be so sure. He said that he was from the future.
That was crazy. So that was his mom back in the last time we saw him when he
10
came to
minutes
the
ago,
island
I
as well.
Shot that man in the back. He told me that he said he was my son. And you have my word, I will believe you. How is this my handwriting if I don't remember writing it?
Because you haven't written it yet. And I know this is hard to understand, but what you just did, it was an accident. And I think that there's a way for you to take it all back. Your son came back here because he had figured out a way to change things. He doesn't have to be dead. You don't have to have killed him. None of this will have happened.
Does he know what he's talking about?
He thinks he does.
Great time to doubt me, Kate.
All right, then. I'll take you to the bomb. One small issue, however. We secured it over 20 years ago underground. It appears that someone's built an entire village over it.
The Dharma Initiative?
Oh,
However,
damn.
It appears that you two have been passing yourselves off as members, so...
Not really. They just left under gunfire.
That woman. Where is she now?
I want my lawyer.
What the hell are you doing? I'm getting answers. Where is she?
Hey, stop! Damn it, stop! That is an order. I'm still in charge here.
You were in charge, Horace. You don't have the stomach for what happens next. Phil. You tell me where she is, or so help me God, I will kill you. You ready to talk now? Believe me, I'm getting tired of this too, Jim.
Stop! Please!
You want me to stop? Then tell me what I want to know!
We are not bad people. We are not here to hurt you.
Julia, whatever you tell them, they ain't gonna believe you. So we're gonna get more people hurt.
What are we doing, man? Beating him is pointless, okay? He's not gonna talk.
I can make him talk.
Son of a bitch! Easy. Easy. You dead man, Phil.
Really?
But the recruits
Man had no qualms with punching Juliet. He just punched her.
in Austin, and one guy we can't track down.
At least everybody else was trying to refrain from doing that.
He's a fat guy.
He's just like, I know how to get him to talk. Hey, fake it. Just went in.
So what's the rescue plan?
Rescue plan? We're heading to the beach. Why do you think we sent you for food?
But they got Sawyer and Juliet.
The only people we can rescue is ourselves, so let's go.
We gotta do something. I mean, Sawyer would never leave us behind.
Dr. Chang.
I would ask you the same question.
Well, we asked you first.
Your friend Faraday said that you were from the future. I need to know if he was telling the truth. What year were you born? What year?
1931.
You're 46?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
So you fought in the Korean War.
Actually, there was.
President of the United States.
All right, dude, we're from the future. Sorry.
It's true then? You are my son.
Yeah, it's true.
Physicist. He also told me to evacuate everyone I could off the island. He said there was going to be a massive accident at the Swan. Now, is that true?
If Faraday said get people off the island, I'd do it.
Well, then let's hope he knows what he's doing.
He did right now.
Why is it that this man looks familiar to me?
Richard,
Going with you where?
you can untie them. Would you mind giving us a moment?
I wonder if he dies here,
And take him
does
into
he
the bomb.
like
What? Who is he?
The man you're asking about, Jack, is Charles Whitmore. He and Eloise are, let's just say, love can be complicated.
All right, let's move out.
You ready to tell me where you've been the last 3 years?
You really don't know?
On the day that Ben here turned the wheel, that you and I were sitting on a log. There was a bright light, there was a loud noise.
Well, Richard, you're just about to see where I disappeared too. And after we're finished with that, I'd like you to take me to see Jacob.
That's not how it works, John.
Is that true, Richard? Is this going to be a problem?
There's no reason to rush into it.
I am the leader now, right? Good. Then I would like you to take me to Jacob. Can you do that?
Yeah, of course.
Let's keep moving. We're almost to the plane.
What plane?
is this the same plane with the drugs?
All right, Richard, listen very carefully because you're only going to have about 3 minutes to get this right.
Get what right?
A man's about to walk out of the jungle. you'll need this to get the bullet out. You're gonna need to tell him that he has to bring everyone who left back to the island. And when he asks how
That's
to do
you!
that, you tell him he's gonna have to die.
Who is that man, John?
It's him! What? Okay. So is that really John that's back there with them? Are they still in a loop? I'm confused. I'm confused, bro.
What is happening?
What's happening is you're bleeding to death. Must be quite the out-of-body experience.
Something like that.
Your timing was impeccable, John. How did you know when to be here?
The island told me. Didn't it ever tell you things?
No, John. And clearly it hasn't told you where Jacob is, or you wouldn't need Richard to show you. What?
Jacob. You've never seen him, have you?
Is Christian Jacob? I am.
Where did you go?
To give Richard his compass back.
Want the bullet?
Keep it. Everything go all right?
Well, you seem pretty convinced. Certainly glad that didn't have to happen.
Oh yeah, he did.
Actually, Richard, it did.
And it's like, oh shit, he gonna tell on me?
You better get back to camp.
This is insane, bruh.
Evacuate the island of all non-essential personnel, and you need to do it. What the hell is going on here?
Aren't you supposed to be at the Swan right now, Chang? We're supposed to break ground in less than 20 hours.
We're under imminent threat. If we start drilling,
We are drilling and on schedule.
Horace, you're in charge.
He's not in charge anymore. We keep working.
Put us on the sub. That's right. It ain't safe. Put the women and children on the sub and get them the hell out of here. And if you put me and Juliet on the sub with them, we'll tell you anything you want to know.
You want on that sub, Jim? Draw me a map. I want to know exactly where the hostiles are.
All this unnecessary posturing by whatever his name is.
Why don't we just go around it?
Kaczynski
No, dear, we
or
need to go in.
whatever his name is.
We have to swim under the pond to get to the tunnels.
What?
I'm gonna go back and find everyone else. I can't go any further with you, Jack. Not this time.
Kate, you can't go back there now. They know about us.
What are you trying to do? Bye, Jack.
Not in the habit of telling our secrets to strangers, then just letting them saunter off.
You know, I don't care about your secrets. I just want to leave.
Oh. Saeed? Yeah, he did.
That man just killed one of our own people, and you're acting like it doesn't matter.
If these people are right about what they're about to do, Richard, it won't matter.
So you're telling me you're going to erase the last 3 years of our lives?
We can change things, Saeed.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but I've already changed things.
Well, you
We're all
didn't.
still here.
It's because you didn't kill him. Sawyer and me took him to the others so that they could save him.
Why did you do that?
Why did I do that? Since when did shooting kids and blowing up hydrogen bombs become okay?
Ended up now, because this is our chance to change things.
And if you're wrong, then everyone on the island dies. Do you understand that?
I'm not wrong, Kate. This is why we're here. This is our destiny.
Do you know who you sound like?
John.
Because he was crazy too, Jack. You said so yourself. I'm going back to find the rest of our people, because if I can't stop you, then maybe they can.
I'm gonna say this because I don't know what to say about it. I don't know what could possibly like make any of this make sense at this point. There's so many different things that are going on, and it's like, okay, if what Jack says doesn't work, everybody dies. If they stay there, some of y'all gonna die anyways. So it's a weird situation because they don't really know how to stop it. because Dan could have been wrong about his assessment of things and how to fix things. It could be that this is the only way, but the thing about it is, like, if you set off a hydrogen bomb there, why would Charles want that? But this is probably not what Charles wanted, or maybe Dan didn't tell his mom what he was planning to do. So there's a lot of little things that is happening here that is weird, because it's either Eloise knew that Dan was going to die, or she was going to kill Dan back in the past, and she's just repeating the process because she knows she has to do it because they can't change anything. So whatever is supposed to happen is supposed to happen. So there's also that concept as well, which you would think that, okay, this hydrogen bomb is going to figure out one way or the other not to go off. So the repetition of everything is just going to keep happening again. Because it's like, okay, if we die, we're just doing everything with reckless abandon because we're depending on the fact that if the hatch doesn't get built, then the plane doesn't crash, and then everything goes back to normal. Or, well, who's to say that you're going to be in that existence? You know what I'm saying? It's weird because it's like, okay, if you fix the issue and it changes that, but it doesn't change what happens to you guys, it's just the rest of the people that was on the plane that was not like involved, or the people that died when the plane crashed, those people get to survive, but you guys that survived on the island, you remain dead or you remain here. I don't know.
I want you to leave now.
Why is he yelling at her, dude? The only way he can get her to leave.
Yeah. This is why, yeah.
We gotta get moving. Wait, wait a second. Why the hell are they putting them on the sub? Don't worry, it's gonna be okay. Sawyer always has a plan, right?
Or he's leaving you guys behind.
And we'll bet the Cowboys in the '78 Super Bowl. We're gonna be rich. I should have listened to you when you wanted to get on this sub 3 years ago.
Why'd you talk me out of it?
I don't see you on the other side. I won't blame you.
It's been a while since we've seen Saeed.
And follow Richard under. There's an opening in the bottom of the rocks at the far side.
A lot further than I thought it was. Where are we?
The tunnels.
Tell me how we're gonna get a bomb out of here?
The same way we brought it in. It's a 12-foot long, 40,000-pound hydrogen bomb. No, not through the pool.
Didn't think you'd come.
Well, if this works, you might just save us all. And if it doesn't, at least you'll put us out of our misery.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. Is it's like, okay, one way or the other,
All right. Let's get started.
Go to my tent and talk
Is this everyone?
Well, there's another group at the temple, but
If you don't mind, I would like to talk to everyone here now.
be my guest.
Hello, everyone. My name is John Locke. I've been told that for some time you all have been accepting orders from a man named Jacob. I'm sure there are very good reasons why his existence and whereabouts are secret. I just don't know what they are. And to be honest with all of you, if there's a man telling us what to do, I want to know who he is.
Can you tell us how to bring Jin and the rest of our people back here?
Absolutely. Richard has agreed to show us where we need to go. So I'm going to go and see Jacob right now. And I'd like all of you to come with me.
Oh, damn. I'm surprised nobody asked this question before. It's out to show you how sheeply people are sometimes. Well, most people are. That's not the reason why you tried to kill him, Ben. Stop the cap.
Didn't think of it, Nemo.
What are we gonna do when we get to Ann Arbor?
We ain't going to Ann Arbor. got no authority over us back in the real world. So once we dock, wherever we dock, we're free.
I don't even know what that means anymore.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Whatever happens, I got your back, remember?
Are you sure about that?
Horace wants her off the island, too. And let Ann Arbor deal with him.
Kate?
Actually caught her coming back into town.
These triangles never end, bro. Kate is always like the freaking oddball. That just... This is like, oh shit. I just told you I loved you, but I don't know. I don't really know, really. Hey, nothing. My thing is, I don't know why Sawyer and Kate, they don't just write these two together. They should have done that from the beginning. I think it would have made for a more compelling story, and this element of it would have been taken away, which I feel throughout the show was, in my opinion, unnecessary. I don't think it was something that they needed to do with any of the characters to make this show what it is. I've talked about it before, where I talked about, you know, I don't care about the love triangle and all this other stuff. It's fun to talk about it. Don't get me wrong. It's fun to talk about it because it's an element of the show. But I feel like it was, you know, oh, if you don't have love interest in these shows, they feel like nobody's going to watch it for what it is. Like, it would, you know, if you didn't have that dynamic between Jack, Juliet, you know, Sawyer and Kate, if you didn't have that dynamic, then the show wouldn't be successful. And I think that was a huge trope back in the day for those TV shows as well, as I've come to notice, that it's like, and even still till today, they're still doing this on network TV. Every time I see it, now we're in the end stages of the show, right? We're in the end stages of the show to figure out what happened. And we're still seeing this love triangle. Now it's not between Jack, because Jack is kind of out of the loop. He's out on his, you know, his own whatever. Kate is acting up, and Kate now is back. She is now the third wheel in this triangle now. Like before, it was okay, you know, it seemed like Jack and Juliet was going to be together, but Kate was always that wrench. She was always that wrench. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Now she's with Sawyer now, and now she's still being the wrench. And it's like, it's not her fault. Like, I'm not blaming Kate for this, right? I'm not blaming her, because it's really not her fault. It's just that she's involved in the situation as like she's like a bystander in a situation. But the thing about it is that I'm not gonna say she's oblivious to the entire thing, because she knows that Sawyer loves her. She knows this. It's not like she doesn't know. She knows. But she's been playing with him the entire time, because she's in love with, she's has always loved Jack. You know what I'm saying? You know, Sawyer was just really just a plaything for her. Somebody that she had Sawyer in the friend zone. You know what I'm saying? She let Sawyer hit. You know what I mean? She let him hit. But at the end of the day, he could never get her heart, which is what he wants, right? So now he's with someone now, forgot about Kate, and all of a sudden Kate just comes back in the picture, just all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? And he's confused. And I can understand, because when you have unresolved feelings about, just walk back into your life, no matter if they're there just under whatever situation it is. It could be just you go to a store and you happen to bump into each other at the supermarket. You might be with yours. A lot of times it brings back old feelings. I'm not saying you're going to pack up and be like, oh, if she's interested, I'm going to jump ship. You know what I'm saying? And I've talked about this in the past as well, when it comes on to, you know, people who we love in the past, first loves and stuff like that, that it's very hard to turn those people away if they come back into your life, even if you're married and stuff like that. It's tough. It takes a lot of mental discipline to actually say no, because if nothing bad happened between you and those people, it's very hard to say no to them, because it's like they steal a piece of your heart. You know what I'm saying? Not literally, you get what I'm saying? It's like they stole a piece of your heart. You know what I'm saying? But you split because of, you know, or you never got a chance to explore what you could have been and stuff like that. That stuff, it gets dredged up. If this person wasn't like a toxic ex, right? And you were together, you know, you had some roll in the hay and stuff like that, but you split because maybe, you know, you had different, at the time in life, you know, you may have had different goals in life and weren't aligning, and you split because of those things. There's no hard feelings, right? And now, you know, 10 years later, you see this person again, and those whole feelings get dredged back up because you're like, maybe now is the time, but you are attached to somebody else. You get what I'm saying? So I can understand it's a tough situation, but I feel like as I said, it's not Kate's fault. Like, I'm not blaming her for this. Like, this is not her fault. It's just Sawyer needs to shut it down. But it's not an easy thing to do. It may seem easy because, you know, I'm looking from the outside in. It may seem easy, but it's not an easy thing. Early 2000s, give him a pass. Not everybody can be Avatar, you know what I mean?
Is only to annihilate the Dharma initiative.
Yes, but I still trust her. Because 30 years from now, she's the one who's going to tell us how to get back to the island.
And that makes you trust her.
Oh, this is where they put the bomb. They said they built a village around it.
Well, now what?
We going to see Jacob. Oh, black girl, there's a lot of weave. Jesus.
Yes, so far.
Where'd you get that from on the island? Huh?
Pilgrimage to Jacob makes him uncomfortable. He's expressed reservations about whether or not you know what the hell you're doing.
I appreciate you bringing this to my attention, Ben.
Difference is, Nick, you killed me.
So if you need Jacob to help you reunite your people, then I'll do whatever.
I'm not interested
This
in being
man.
reunited with my people.
What do you mean? You told Son.
I know what I told her, but that's not why we're going to Jacob.
Then why are we going to Jacob?
So I can kill him.
All right, so, whoa, we got 2 more episodes left in season 5. I don't know what's going to happen. John is out here saying he wants to find Jacob because he's going to kill Jacob. This is one of the most confusing, entertaining, invigorating. Is it invigorating? No, it's invigorating. Oh my god, this series is so convoluted with so many different plot points that we're seeing the conclusion of what this is about. Get into the conclusion of what this is about. A lot more dots are being connected, right? And the thing about it is that, as I said, even though I'm confused, it's still very entertaining. You still want to watch this show all the time. You know what I'm saying? If I was on my own, I would have finished the show already. If I wasn't watching it for reaction purposes, right? I would have binge watched the show already. I didn't know Lost was this good. I didn't know. Let's talk about the points made in this episode. So I talked extensively about the whole thing, about, you know, new triangle, Sawyer, Juliet, Kate, but that's fine in that. Sawyer is thinking that, you know, him getting off the island, this is gonna solve something, but this might also create a problem as well, because okay, Jack and them is still on the island, they're getting off the island, I guess this is how Dr. Chang dies as well, because he stayed and let his this is how Miles survived, because his mom survived as well. So it was like, oh, this is the reason. He's like, oh, the way how the mom told the story, this was very this is very true to how women tell stories, okay? Especially when it comes on to parental stuff. And I've heard it plenty of times from single mothers, how they talk about their baby daddies. It always sounds like that, but a lot of times that's not the case. They tell it in favor. Put it like this: there's always two sides to a story, and a lot of times when you hear the second side of the story, or when you hear it from the other person, even when they're in the same room and they're telling the story, right, you're like, but the way how you made it sound like this man did the most horrible of horrible things. And then he's explaining what happened, and it seems like, yeah, you probably were the bitch in that situation. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that, where, you know, it's one person's story versus the next, right? Because the way how the mom talked about Dr. Chad made it seem like this man was the most horrible father that was never there and just abandoned them. So, you know, Miles asking about what happened with his dad, and the way how she described it, even though she was literally dying because she had cancer, it was just so she didn't have to go that far. She could have just said, well, I guess she just didn't want to tell him the truth, or maybe didn't want to tell him about the Dharma Initiative, because Miles wanted to know why he was the way how he was, right? And she didn't really have an explanation for that, which is understandable. Like, nobody, you know, if you're the first in your family to be able to, you know, talk to the dead, I mean, there's not many people that's gonna be able to relate to that and tell you how you're like this. Hey, your grand aunt used to have the same abilities. This is not a comic book movie, right? It's not a comic book. It's not anime. So it's you know, real life, if you will. So it's gonna be hard to convince somebody of that. So in any case, a lot of times when the way how we view things is not the same, right? So the way how we perceive things is just not the same. So the situation that's happening on the island, Dan gets killed. Eloise killed her own son, is their future son, by the way. Also, they took them to the hydrogen bomb. Saeed came back, killed one of them that was about to kill, I don't know, Kate, Jack, whatever. Killed one of them. Saeed is back. I don't know. I don't entirely know what Saeed's plan is here, because I don't think he's entirely all in on this plan. I've come to not really trust Saeed in these situations. It's just like I'm still keeping one eye open while his character on screen. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to sleep. I'm not going to sleep on him. You know what I mean? So I don't know what Saeed is up to. I don't believe he's just here to do this because it's like, oh, you just might have the answer to save us all. Jack is, you know, a lot of stuff that Jack is saying, I think Jack is just tired. I think he's just tired. He's tired of everything that happened since he went to the island, got off the island, all of that. He's just tired. And I think he just wants to, whatever it is that makes this the least amount of stress as possible to solve this issue, and what he believes. Like, you could tell Jack that, you know, you gotta murder all these people so that, you know, the people on the plane will be safe. And Jack would probably say, you know what, you're right. You know what I'm saying? So right now, the thing about Jack's character, that he has spiraled so much from that person, and, you know, I understand why, you know, he just wants it to end. And, you know, Kate is now on her high horse talking about, you know, oh, I gotta go save the others. And it's tough. There's nowhere to choose sides here. And that's what's so incredible about the story, this writing that they're doing in the show, because it's like we're at a point now where we're like morally ambiguous. You know what I'm saying? We can't really choose, like, who should we be cheering for, because we just want these people to be happy, but they just keep, everything that they do just causes more problems. And we're just like, how do we fix this? So we're in the position now, it's like, how do we fix this? How do we make these people happy? We want to see them happy, because right now we don't know what John really is up to, because he's not really, you know, his intention, he's saying he wants to kill Jacob, but it's like, suppose Jacob really doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? They're saying he exists, but there's probably, you know, I don't know. I'm confused. So it's like, it leaves me in limbo, because I'm like, I don't want to go over on this side, and then over on this side everything is really what's happening, because it's like, it's just, you know, I'll just sit in the middle. I'll just sit in the middle and just watch it play out, because I'm just like, I don't know what to think, because it's like, is Sawyer and Juliet really going back to a normal life like when Kate and them left? Like, is that what happened? If that's what's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? This is before a lot of things took place. You know what I'm saying? This is way back. So this is, I don't know, but we'll see. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, man. Leave a like. Catch you guys for the next one. Peace.